Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is around a topic that I get a lot of questions around, and that is cross-listing. Questions range from, do I use a cross-listing service, to if so, what cross-listing service do you use or recommend, all the way to, if you don't use those, how do you do it quickly? So in this video, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you a few examples, hopefully not take too long, to just show you exactly how I do it. And hopefully this is helpful in case you are already cross-listing and maybe you want to speed up, or maybe you are using a cross-listing service and you're not sure if it's worth the money, or if you aren't cross-listing at all and you want to see how I do it. So if you aren't subscribed and you like content around reselling, Poshmark, eBay, all of those fun things, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And as always, if you like these videos, hit the thumbs up before you leave. I very much appreciate it. So a few disclaimers. I used to start all of my listings on Poshmark, and I then would cross-list them to eBay. And probably about a year ago, I switched. And the main reason for that was cross-listing from Poshmark to eBay is more time consuming for me because there's a lot more choices in eBay. So what I prefer to do is start with the more challenging or the more complicated platform. Now, eBay is incredibly easy for me. I can knock out listings left and right, but when I was new, it was all these things to choose from. So if you're familiar with eBay and you're already making your listings there, then it's going to be a breeze to cross-list to Poshmark. It's also a breeze to cross-list to Mercari. I have done that before. But if you are starting from Poshmark and you're trying to maybe get on the platform of eBay, it is a little more complicated because there are just more options. So at the end of the video, I will share one, maybe two examples of cross-listing from Poshmark to eBay, but keep in mind that is not going to be the quickest cross-listing because you just have to do a little bit more on the back end. So it's kind of, do you prefer to do the work ahead or at the tail end? It's up to you. For me, I want to do the bulky listing, and then it just makes it easy for me to essentially copy and paste to any other platform. So let's just jump into it. All right, so here we are. I am in my Google Chrome and I have two applications open, Poshmark and eBay. And what you will see is I'm in my drafts in Poshmark and I've got my active listings in eBay. So the only thing I'm really not going to be able to show here is how I get these drafts ready. And that is essentially just creating a draft on my phone on Poshmark, saving the photos, and that's it. You can see right here, there's no writing, nothing. So all of these items are going to be in an upcoming haul. I'm just always working on stuff before they go live. So you kind of get a sneak peek of the odd assortment of stuff I'm picking up recently. But for right now, we're just going to pick one of them. It doesn't really matter which one. So this item is a Masuk jacket. So I'm going to come over to eBay. I'm just on my active listings page. This is not a tutorial around how to list on eBay or the back end of eBay. There are lots of videos on both eBay's site and YouTube to help you with that. So this is kind of if you're already familiar with the platform. But I'm going to search for Masuk. Here it is right here. I'm just going to open this listing. So as you can see, the only difference really is this picture is a little bit wider because eBay has the auto thing. I think Poshmark added something. To be honest, I just don't even click the extra clicks, which is fine. I don't think it's terrible with my lighting. But I'm going to come down here to title, and I am just going to scroll down. Now, if you see, my first line on my eBay listing is pretty much the title of my eBay listing. So I write my title, I copy it, and I just paste it in my description. And then I write my condition, it's good pre-owned, approximate measurements are in the picture. I copy that and I paste it in my description. And then it's just automatically applies what it's being shipped by. So I am just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it over to the title. I'm also going to paste that same thing over to the description. Now you can see right here, the title in Poshmark doesn't have as many characters as eBay. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take out the women's and I'm just going to add a little bit more just so that this number gets to as low as I can get before running out of characters. I am going to choose, this is kind of a sweater jacket, to be honest. So we're just going to put it under sweaters. I think that's what I put it under for eBay. This is a size medium. It does not have tags attached. It's the brand Masuk. The colors are black and blue. Again, I just did this listing in eBay, so it's very fresh in my mind. Same with the price, but if I needed to, I could just easily go back and just double check what's the price, etc. I'm not doing discounted shipping. And there we go. That's it. It took, even with me talking, less than 30 seconds to get this listing up. All right, going back to drafts. We're gonna go to this Bowie item, and we're just gonna go back to my active listings in eBay. And we are gonna type Bowie. That's not the brand, but it's a easy identifiable word. So here's the top that I'm going to cross list. This is a new with tags item, but it's the same thing. I go down to the description, I copy, and I paste to the title. I paste to the description. I come up here, I just want to remove the word women's because it's irrelevant. It's already it's going to be tagged under that. And I'm just going to see if there's anything in the words that aren't showing that would be important. It's already got new with tags. It's a band tee, so maybe I'll just put in the band word. I come down to women's tops. This is kind of 3/4 length sleeves are always a little tough for me because I'm not sure exactly what to put it under. It's kind of closer to a short sleeve in my opinion, so I just kind of put it under short sleeve. I wish they had a different, like another option, but that's okay. And I believe, let's see, it was size small. It does have tags. I'm not adding it to a boutique. The brand is Chaser. The colors were kind of a white and black. It's got some other colors as well up here, but those are the dominant colors. And I don't know the price because it didn't have the price tag on the tags, but it is new with tags, so I'm just going to put 0. And I think I put this at $39. Now, if you're wondering how I'm pricing these items, I did just do a video recently on how I price my items, so you can definitely check that out. I'll link it down below. But that is complete. So a couple things you might be wondering. Courtney, your descriptions are not very detailed, and you are correct. I make a title on eBay and I try and fill in as many characters as I can. And on eBay, there are a bunch of things that you have to, like required or suggested fields that you can quickly go through. And so there's a lot more detail on the eBay listings because I do check those boxes. For me, I would rather keep things simple and cross-list quickly than worry about every detail. If someone does need to know what the neckline is and they can't identify it in the pictures that I provide, they could ask the question. For me, that's kind of an obvious thing, so it's not necessarily, in my mind, a requirement to actually type out every detail. Same as things like the garment care. If I provide a picture, let's see, if I provide a picture of the material tag, then they should be able to see, well, in this case, it doesn't, but they more than likely they should know that cotton and polyester is washable. And so, yeah, I don't really worry about those kinds of little details. I want to streamline it. I want to keep it quick. And that's how I do it. I'll do one more just to give you a few different examples. We're going to take this vintage sweater that I got. This brand you can see right here is Christina Grant. So I'm going to come back over. I'm going to go back to my, let's see, search. And I don't think I have anything else under Grant. So this should, oh, I do. I have 2 other things. All right. Not too many. Easy to find. All right. So I'm coming down here. I am going to copy the description again. I'm going to paste it in title. I'm going to paste it in description. I come up here. I remove this women's. Now, some people would say, why don't you put the women's in your title in a different area? I like how I write my eBay listings. I do write them very intentional in a certain way. And so it's not that hard for me just to delete it and kind of finish off the title itself. So this is an Angora blend. I can't get the blend in, but I kind of want to get the blend in. So in this situation, I'm actually going to also delete the size in the title so that I can fill in the whole word blend, because I don't want to give the impression on the title that it's 100% Angora, because it's not. I'm going to come to women's sweaters. I can't remember. This is a let's see, it's kind of a crew scoop neck. It's a round neck, whatever you want to call it. This is a size large in vintage. I know some people put it in more modern sizing. This specific item, if you can see right here, it fits my size 6 mannequin very nicely, but it's a size large on the label. So in this situation, if you see right here, I already had put in my description, the mannequin is a size 6 for reference. This vintage item does run small, but I'm still going to put it under the size large. That's just my personal choice. There is no new tag, and this is probably not going to pop up because this is a vintage item. Some people do put vintage under the brand. I just put the brand. So there are lots of options that you can choose, and I don't do too much vintage. So to be honest, this is just kind of what works for me. I already remembered the price that I selected, and we're back down here to listing the item. So those are my 3 examples for Poshmark. I'm going to pull up a couple screens. I'm going to rearrange and try and get it set so that I can show you a couple examples from cross-listing from Poshmark to eBay. A couple things to consider. If you want all of these details, like the decade, what kind of material it is, where it was made, some of those kinds of details, cross-listing will be more time-consuming, obviously, because you're going to have to type those out from eBay to Poshmark, because I don't know actually if you can copy this. I guess you could just copy this. I've actually never tried. So just even talking through this, it shows the option. I don't. It's just an extra thing to copy and paste. Again, a lot of this you can kind of see on tags, but it is an option for you. So that's basically it. Let's now jump over to the other cross-listing way. Okay, now we're going to look at a couple options of cross-listing from Poshmark to eBay. Now, before I jump into this, I will say that when I first started on eBay, I was starting new listings from scratch, and you can't really do that. Like, you can't just go and create a listing on eBay and just add photos and save the draft that way. You actually have to fill in some of the information. So I'm actually going to show you how I start all my eBay listings, whether I would be cross-listing or starting a new listing from scratch. And I'll show you exactly why I'm doing it that way. Basically, I'm going to add the photos after I complete the listing and the cross-listing and hit publish from my phone, which you won't really be able to see, but you're going to be able to see everything else. So on eBay, a tip that I learned a while ago, so we're going to use this first item. Now, this is already listed to eBay, so we're just going to go through the process. You're going to see the example, but we're going to look for some Levi's 501 shorts. So I'm just coming up to the search, like I'm searching for something on eBay, whether for comps or to buy. And we are just going to do, you can see it's already saved my search because I did start the listing this way. And I'm just going to go down to the solds. So down here on the left. And I'm just going to pick one that kind of looks the same. So we're just going to pick this one. And the reason you're picking solds is you should be able to see somewhere, and I don't typically do this on my computer. So right here, have one to sell, ? Sell now. So I'm going to hit this sell now button. And now it just started the listing for me. Now in this situation, I'm going to go back to my Poshmark listing, and I'm actually going to copy the description that I have over here, just kind of like I did in eBay. And I'm going to paste that. Now, because I write my descriptions the same way, whether it's the same platform or not, it doesn't change anything. So right here, I just removed the tail end that was a word from a different part of it. You can see that this is exactly how my title is on both platforms, just a few more characters on eBay. This is new with tags. So these are anything on eBay that has this star is required field. These are not new with tags. So I just picked a listing that was new with tags. So I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to paste the same thing I had before, but in this case, I'm kind of deleting some stuff. Now this may seem backwards to some of you guys, or it may seem very new if you've never listed on eBay. So there are lots of videos on how to list on eBay. It's not really my thing to do that video just because there is so much content around that out there. But I'm putting in my condition. I do put it in 2 different areas. This is not a required field, but I do just want to make sure people know the condition, especially if there are flaws. So I do put it in both. Now you can see I do not have my photos. I add them from my phone. You might actually have them on your computer. So we're all a little bit different. But again, I'm just showing you how I would list from Poshmark to eBay with the way I do things. And all right, so these are some of the item specifics that are not already applied. Again, these are pulling some specifics from the previous listing that I just copied, which was not the identical item. So the fabric wash is medium. It's a cutoff style. Now this isn't the right size. The size is actually a size 28. So it's pulling that M from something else, but it does have it right here. So I'm just going to click that. Again, all of these are the required. It's got the stars. So down here, I believe this is a cotton, but I don't have my pictures, so I can't quickly see. But I'm pretty sure it's a cotton because I remember. These are casual. I do fill out, even if they're not required, I do try to quickly just fill out a few things. I'm not too concerned. Again, I'm used to going up and seeing pictures. I'm not too concerned with too many specifics because I do think a lot of this is in the description, but some people do search by these terms in general. And it's a flat front. Some people fill out all of these, some people fill out none of these. And right now, without the pictures in front of me, I guess I can actually just come over here and look, which is where my photos are. But you can see right here, cotton, 100% cotton. It's a button fly. So those are some keywords someone might actually search by. So I'll come up here and do button fly. I saw that somewhere and we're good to go. All right, down here, I still have it, the term copied. And so I'm just going to paste that. I'm going to come to the price. I think I priced these at 34. Yep. So I'm going to put 34 in the price. I've got my best offer turned on. I'm coming down to the shipping. Definitely not doing $12. That would be insane. And I approximate. I do a lot of shipping. I've sold a lot, probably about 2,000 items on eBay. So I guesstimate, and I'm usually pretty close. But if you don't know, you've got lots of shipping choices. And again, you just pick what you want. I've got my global shipping program turned on, and we're going to save this draft because I don't have the photos. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go to my phone, add the photos, and then list the item. So we're going to go just save it. Again, I already have this listed on my eBay, but you can see right here, it's under my drafts. All right, we're gonna go to a second item so you can just see a second option. This is going to be a marine layer. You can actually, I'm pointing to the screen, you can't see you can see part of the description right up here. But marine layer, jacket, snap. And this is actually, this is my jacket. No, that's not my jacket. This one's my jacket. But I'm going to still go down to solds because I do like getting solds. The reason is I don't want a whole bunch of offers to come my way. And just by looking at regular listings or available listings, you might get a lot of offers sent your way. And it's just not really my thing. So this is a men's. We'll do this as an example, just to show you how it would throw things off. But this listing has ended. Where is the sell one like this? It is a little bit small. Again, I usually do this kind of stuff on my phone. So, all right. So we're going to go back over here. We are going to go down to the description. The description has the title already in it. So we're going to come up here. We're going to paste. And we're just going to remove a couple of those extra characters. We're going to come down here. We're going to paste in the condition. Again, you can skip this if you don't think it's necessary to have it twice, but I just want to make very sure that they can see the condition. The photos, I will add them later. Now, one thing to keep in mind, because I copied or I started a listing for men's, I do need to change the category. So because women's is in my title, it automatically popped up right here that this is a women's jacket. So I'm just going to switch that category. And let's see. So department, women, it's casual. It's got some pockets. I don't remember. This actually doesn't have a material tag and it's a required field. So I'm going to write unknown because I already remember that the material tag was cut out. The only tag that I have is this size tag. So I'm just writing unknown because it is a required field. You can type something else in, but normally I would obviously fill that out. It's kind of a bomber style jacket. I guess I didn't really show you a great visual of what we're looking at, but it's kind of this quilted jacket. And let's see, it was a size small. Department is women. I don't know the lining material. Again, it's got this quilted look. It's a solid color. It's kind of a shorter style jacket. This is kind of a good fall, winter, spring. I wouldn't imagine someone would wear it in the summer. It has pockets, and this is not a vintage item. So I already have, and sorry, I'm scrolling quickly. I already have my description copied and pasted from before. I'm going to come down here. I need to go back to my listing. I started it at 39. I'm going to type that in. And again, I'm going to change my shipping. So this is probably going to be $5.50 to $6, depending on where it's at in the US. And again, I just know the weight. So, and we're going to come down here. We're going to save this as a draft, and then I will finish the listing on my phone. All right. So you might have some questions, and I just want to throw out a little bit of comments on why I do it this way and why I don't use a service or pay for a service, because actually most of them aren't very expensive. So I have used both Vendoo and List Perfectly. Those are the two that I know of. If there's something else, you guys can leave the comment below. If I had to pick between the two services, I preferred Vendoo over List Perfectly. It's a preference. I know I have reseller friends who like both, and so I think you can maybe do free trials for both. I can't guarantee it. I think you can. And there is a huge advantage to use them, in my opinion, for one time and one time only. And that is if you need to cross-list a bunch of old inventory to a new platform. So I did this with eBay and I did it with Mercari. And I don't keep photos on my phone, partly because I do so many videos that I constantly have to delete photos. I have a large inventory, and also it would take me a bajillion years to scroll through photos. So if you are just going to start cross-listing on a platform and you want to get some of your already listed items moved over, these cross-listing services can be incredibly valuable because they will transfer your photos over. That to me is worth the money. Once you've transferred or cross-listed the majority of your closet and you're just wanting to cross-list 1, 5, 10, maybe 15 items each day, if you figure out what works for you, it can be very quick and almost just as fast as those programs to do it on your own. The only time you didn't see of my cross-listing was the time it took to add the photos, whether at the front. If I was doing the listing on cross-listing on Poshmark, I just create the drafts by adding the photos, or whether it's on the back end, like if you're cross-listing to eBay and you need to add them before you actually publish the listing after actually typing all this stuff. So that's my thought on these services. I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking anyone paying for them. In fact, I think it's probably worth it if it gets you cross-listing. For me, it was an expense that time-wise wasn't actually saving me that much time, because the way the programs, at least when I use them, there's time that was being spent just kind of through the program doing it automatically versus me just sitting there and doing it. But I was still sitting there looking at the screen. So I just thought it would be helpful to show you exactly how I cross-list. My listings are pretty bare bones, but again, I just want to make sure I've got a main photo of the label so that they can see material content, the label so they can see the brand, they can see the size, and then the material label if it's there so they can see the material and possibly the care, the garment care, and a lot of the other details, it's a visual. So that's how I do it. And I thought a quick video to show you would be helpful. So before you leave, definitely be sure to hit the thumbs up. Also, if there's another thing you want me to show you how I do it, leave it down below. I wouldn't mind. I know I've gotten a lot of suggestions in the past, but like I said, I'm just trying to add a few different videos each month of variety to mix in with the hauls. And also, I am working on quite possibly my best video ever, which will be out in a couple days. And I am so excited about it. So I wanted to get this one up, buy me a little time to finish that one, and definitely stay tuned for that because it should be a fun one. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up and leave comments if you have any tips or tricks. All right, bye guys.